that eyewitness account. So we've got Representative Derek Grier in studio. We're going to talk to him about his fascinating adventure on an aircraft carrier. Yes, a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier, the real deal, when we come back. Also about the Missouri legislative veto session, which is next week. Derek Grier joins the Tim Jones Show live in studio here at FM News Talk 97.1.
The Tim Jones Show.
You are a bully?
On FM News Talk 97.1.
Dependable weather.
Clouds take control today. Chance of a couple of spotty
with Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray.
Brought to you by Air Comfort Service. 0% financing and factory rebates. Plus utility rebates on a new HVAC system. Details at aircomfortservice.com.
Trade up at Suntrup.
You're never too far from a Suntrup car. Just ask Mike from St. Charles.
I was looking for a new Nissan Sentra, so of course I Googled it. And Suntrup Nissan had the deal for me.
Now till the end of the month, lease a new 2017 Sentra for $127 a month. Or a 2017 Rogue, just $177 a month.
And you get both for just $17 down.
Need financing? Suntrup Nissan wants to get you approved. If you make $350 a week, we'll do whatever it takes to get you a great car at the best possible rates.
We have over 485 Google reviews at 4.6 ratings. The inventory's awesome, and these deals are real.
Suntrup Nissan also has the sporty 2017 Nissan Altima. Lease it for $177 a month with just $17 down. Offers on approved credit. 36-month leases, $10 down plus $595 acquisition fee. No security deposit. Includes rebates and incentives. Rogue Ben 5N1AT TOHC 87 1062. Ultima Ben 1N4AL3 AP1HC 221762. Sentra Ben 3N180 7AP3HY 37 4092. 2 or more feature these prices plus DTL. Negative equity refinancing new loan.
Start your search at suntrupnissan.com.
A Convergent Wealth Management, convergentwm.com. They are in Chesterfield. Speaking of Representative Derek Grier, you can reach them Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m., 636-536-1800. Hey, I was talking to my good friend John Stobbs over there at Convergent the other week, and he was John likes to delve into a little politics too. He wrote a little op-ed for the Post-Dispatch. I got to find out if they ever publish that or not, but you need to call Convergent tomorrow morning on Monday. You've probably been with your spouse, your significant other this weekend. What do you talk about? I know you talk about finances because that's what I talk to my wife about on the weekends when we're finally home together and we can focus on things that are important to us. This is a faith-based operation driven by your values. That's Convergent Wealth Management. It's wealth for the way. They are a full-service firm. They do your wealth management. They do your taxes because they're CPAs. They are an independent insurance firm. They can handle your insurance as well. They're fully licensed to meet any financial need. Call John Stobbs or Jeannie Seaball over at Convergent Wealth Management, convergentwm.com. It is 636-536-1800. It's wealth for the way.
Guys, here's a number we think you'll find interesting. 50% of men over 40 suffer from erectile dysfunction. There are lots of causes for ED and male sexual performance issues. Diet, stress, medical conditions like heart disease, diabetes, prostate cancer. At the St. Louis Men's Clinic, we specialize in male sexual health, and we can deliver immediate results for men experiencing erectile dysfunction. It's all we do. All day, every day. Our doctor-supervised non-surgical treatment plans have helped over 15,000 men in St. Louis improve their performance. And improved performance means a more satisfying life. Call us today to make an appointment. Our doctors will create a customized treatment plan that applies state-of-the-art medicine and technology to address your sexual health. You'll see results on your first visit. Take control of your sexual performance by calling St. Louis Men's Clinic 314-828-2600. St. Louis Men's Clinic, 314-828-2600.
Tim Jones here for Universal Windows Direct. You know, the kids are back in school. We're flipping their calendar page, which means winter is right around the corner. You might need new windows. If they're moldy, ugly, fogged up, drafty, or worse, cold weather is not far away. Don't suffer through one more winter in a cold, drafty home. Call my guys at Universal Windows Direct. They're a great local company. Universal Windows Direct offers windows that are more efficient on the edge of the glass than other windows on the market. It's aerospace technology called Super Spacer. Their windows have a life expectancy 5 times that of other systems, so you get windows that perform better and last longer. Universal is making it easy for you. Your home can be cozy all winter because for every window you buy, you get the next window free. There's no limit. 0% financing for 36 months, plus this week, free installation. As always, get the Universal True Lifetime Warranty for as long as you own your home and for 30 years to the next homeowner. Schedule your free in-home estimate today. Call Universal Windows Direct, 314-878-0300. Go to universalwindowsstlouis.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
The news of the day.
Hurricane Irma, very powerful hurricane.
Every day.
Do what you can to prepare now.
I think everybody's going to want to keep an eye on through the week.
Still, here we are.
North Korea.
He is begging for war.
St. Louis's FM News Talk.
DACA. He will give Congress 6 months to act.
FM News Talk 97.1.
We've seen the very best in the Texas spirit.
Younger.
Whatever Texas needs,
smarter.
Texas is going to get probably $150 to $180 billion.
Better.
This is the Tim Jones Show. Call now, 314-969-9797 or 866-455-9797.
Third, we will restore our competitive edge so we can create more jobs and higher wages for the American worker. Today, we have the highest business tax rate anywhere in the developed world, 60% higher on average than our major foreign competitors. It's a crushing tax on every product made in America, and it encourages American businesses to ship jobs and factories overseas, something that I have been fighting long and hard, and we are making tremendous headway. Believe me, they're starting to move back to our country, and the jobs are coming with them. We are going to cut taxes on American industry so we can create more business in our country. We want our companies to hire and grow in America, to raise wages for American workers, and to help rebuild our American cities and towns. Finally, we will make it easier for companies to bring back trillions of dollars that they're now keeping overseas. And the reason is the tax is too high and the bureaucracy is too great. It is so complicated for them to bring back their money that they say, let's just leave it over here. We won't bring it back to the United States. Terrible situation. We're going to take care of that. But this money should be brought back to American soil where it can be invested in new factories and brand new, beautiful jobs. Our plan is pro-jobs, pro-worker, pro-family, and pro-American.
And the left-wing and the media and the Democrats can't hate it enough.
They hate it.
Putting money back in people, not taking it from them in the first place, I should say.
They hate not making government bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
They hate it.
That's what it's all about. It's a very simple plan. I played you the two different cuts, the four legs over the last two breaks. The first platform of the plan, the first plank of the plan is to reduce the corporate tax rate because corporations hire people and pay people and give them jobs. And right now we have the highest in the land. Secondly, it's to allow repatriation of all that money that's coming flowing back, like Apple's gazillions and gazillions of dollars they got parked offshore. Bring that money back home, make it simple and easy. Middle class tax cut and a very simple pass through. That's all it is. It's very simple. TaxCutsNow.com. You can read all about it. Hey, congratulations to Tom Brinkley of East Alton, Illinois. Hey, some East Alton guys. Yeah. Over on the east side, hey, with the reach of the Tim Jones Show, it's wide, far, and vast. Thanks to Tom Brinkley for listening. Thanks for calling in. Tom, have a great time. Tickets will be down here. I know Andrew gave you all the details on that. You can pick them up during the week. It is the 23rd. We'll give another set away next week. And before the show ends, we're giving away some U2 tickets. That's right. I'm going to talk to Pat real fast. Hey, Pat, welcome to the Tim Jones Show.
Yeah, hi, Tim. Hey, thanks for taking my call. Or you might get some mean calls after this, though.
Go ahead. We're used to it.
What's that?
I said we're used to it. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to make a statement about, all this tragedy with the flood in Houston and the hurricane in Florida and moving up the East Coast. And, I'm old enough now. I've seen this over and over and over. And, and I looked up the stats on that. And, like, for example, I never knew this, but Houston is the most flooded city in America. Mm-hmm. It has had 26 major floods since 1970, and 11 of them have been real critical floods like the one they just recently had. And, and then the same thing with hurricanes off the Florida and the eastern coast. It's like, okay, so we declare a national disaster. We give them all this federal money, and they rebuild in exactly the same spot, and within a few years, it happens again. So we give them more money. And at what point do we get to say, okay, we've given you enough money to rebuild, go build somewhere else? I'm tired of this. You know?
Yeah, Pat, I understand your point to a point. I mean, we're not gonna close off the entire state of Florida or the entire state of Texas, but I know what you're saying. We do have to be smart about exactly where we build in the most. You're talking about the most like prone zones, right? The ones that get flooded all the time. Hey, we had that here in Missouri. Do you remember Times Beach near Eureka, where I live?
Yeah.
We finally closed it down because it flooded every 3 years. So, no, Pat, I get what you're saying. Hey, I got to run, my friend, but thanks so much for listening. It's a point well made. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Representative Derek Grier's been sitting here patiently all half hour. Hey, Derek, welcome to the studio.
Well, thank you, Tim. It's good to be here.
Hey, you said you were in a studio like many moons ago, huh?
Many moons ago in Atlanta. I had a good friend by the name of Joe Weber who owned a radio station in Atlanta. Jazz friend of mine. We played music together, so he had me on to talk about jazz.
You're like you're a professional DJ then, huh?
I don't know about that.
Hey, you are a Renaissance man though, because when I had you in here tonight, in addition to talking about our Missouri legislative session, you recently were on an aircraft carrier out in the ocean?
I was. The USS Theodore Roosevelt, the Nimitz class, commissioned in 1986.
Wow. Now, how did that happen?
Well, I have a good friend who works for Missouri Partnership. You know Missouri Partnership.
Did I meet this young man?
You may have.
At one of your events?
Yeah,
probably.
Okay. Probably. Good guy, great guy.
What's his name? Go ahead and tell us his name. Can we say his name?
Sure.
Okay.
Mark Sutherland.
Okay.
Yeah, good friend and a constituent of mine.
Okay.
And he and former Senator John Loudon had the opportunity to do this program before. They take certain leaders from across the whole country. You have to be nominated and go through the process. And Mark was kind enough to nominate me for this. And the program is through the Navy. They bring leaders, business leaders, elected officials from across the country, a small handful of them, onto the carriers and other warships to see the operations of the Navy, to see hands-on what the men and women in our military are doing, how they do it, get to talk to the crew, the officers there, and the leadership. And a really tremendous opportunity. I mean, tremendous experience.
Awesome. How long were you on the ship?
So we were with them for 2 days.
Okay.
And I had no idea what to expect, Tim. I really didn't.
Had you ever been in an aircraft carrier before?
Never been in an aircraft carrier, never been on any naval warship. I love boating and I love ships, but nothing anywhere close to an aircraft carrier. The only idea I had of what to expect was from, if you're a 1980s kid, you know what I'm about to say, right?
Yep.
Top Gun,
Top
right?
Gun.
That's it.
Yeah. Or The Hunt for Red October in the 90s.
There you go. Yeah. It's all I had to go on. So they told me where to be. They told me what to bring. I showed up, and I got on the ship and had no idea what was going to happen.
Can you tell us where you were?
We were somewhere off of the coast of Mexico.
Okay.
We don't know where.
Okay. Did they drop you in on this thing?
They did. They did.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was amazing. So we flew into San Diego Airport, and we went onto the base there. They loaded us into a C-2 cargo plane, strapped us in. You're sitting backwards in this cargo plane. They fly us out somewhere over the southern coast of Mexico.
This is like the real deal. Did your wife know about this? She approved this?
Amazingly, yes. Okay. My wife is amazing.
You said, "Hey, honey, I'm going to go on a cruise for a couple days in San Diego." That's what you told her.
Yeah, it was a hard sell, but she bought into it.
All right, so they put you on this cargo plane. They buzz you out over the ocean.
They buzz us
out. And then you land on the deck?
It's an arrested stop, yes.
Wow.
So you actually land on the, a catapult stop or an arrested stop. So the cable, you catch the cable.
The hook,
yeah,
right?
The hook, right. And you come to a complete stop in real short amount of time. And you're sitting backwards, so it's really a strange sensation to be flung backwards like that. So they landed us there. We spent 2 days with them. The first thing that we did when we walked off of this thing, it's like you're in a different universe.
Mm-hmm.
You walk off the back of the cargo plane. You haven't seen a thing because there's no windows in this cargo plane.
Okay.
So you land, you walk out, you're on a different universe on the deck of an aircraft carrier.
In the middle of the ocean?
In the middle of the ocean. There's
Wow.
F-18s taking off and landing right there in front of you. So they rush us downstairs. They kind of get us into some other gear, and they say, "This next part is going to be the most amazing thing you've ever done."
Okay.
I said, "All right, let's do it."
What now?
Let's do it. Suit me up. So we went back onto the flight deck, and they line us up right next to the jets, like 15 feet from F-18 Super Hornets, which, by the way, do you know where they're built?
Right here in St. Louis, Missouri.
That's right.
I knew
here
that.
in St. Louis, Missouri.
I've sat in the cockpit of one.
That's right. And we walked by some of the bombs that they have, and I'm looking at the labels, and I was like, man, that was made right here in Missouri too.
St. Charles.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, Boeing.
You and I are learning all these things. Yes.
Yeah.
So you can't see land, right?
Can't see
like
land.
You're out in the ocean. This is a real deal.
That's
an
right.
active,
in the middle of the ocean.
Actual aircraft carrier.
And
wow.
it was an incredible time to be on that ship because they were in the middle of readiness training, right? So before a ship deploys, they have to go through readiness training. So they have to go through all these exercises. It's like a month long that they're in testing. They're going through programs. It's really intense. It's absolutely the real deal. They're doing simulations like going through, practicing going through straits. So they bring in the other ships. So we've got destroyers that are close by.
So you saw like the fleet around you?
We did.
That's
amazingly.
neat.
Normally you can't. If you're on an aircraft carrier, they're just out there, out of sight. You can't see them. They're there, but you don't see them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we actually got to see the destroyers out there kind of lining up, doing the activities. So really, really neat time to be on the ship.
So did you have any problems with, do you get seasick or motion sickness or anything like that?
I don't. But on a ship that big, you really don't feel
do you
much
feel
movement.
anything? Or is it so darn big, it's like being in a city?
It was calm seas too, so we didn't feel anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it was smooth sailing.
And you slept on board and
slept on board.
ate on board?
We did. So, and get this, they make 18,000 meals a day on this ship.
Unreal.
So the logistics for supporting 5,000 plus men and women on there is just absolutely
How many are on
mind-boggling.
How many are on the aircraft?
5,000. So they have 3,000 normal crew members, and then when they have the air squadrons there, the flight crew. There's another 2,500, 3,000 people that are on the ship. So a total of about 5,500 at any given time.
So did you go through did you have like classroom time to learn? Did you have lectures and things with sophisticated people, or did you just wander around the ship for 2 days?
The whole point of this was for us to see them in action.
Okay.
Right? So we were going around talking to crew members. So I got a chance. We were in the hangar, and we really just got to kind of wander around, talk to the crew members, ask them what they're doing, what they're working on. And I was so impressed, Tim, by how hardworking these people were, the discipline that they had, the respect that they showed to their fellow, men and women there, and then also to us. And so the skill that they expressed, all of this stuff was just so impressive to me. And do you have any idea what the average age on this ship is?
So they got to be young, right?
Extremely young. 22.
Wow.
The average age on this ship was 22. The flight operations folks that are out on the flight deck, the average age for them, 19 and a half. These are folks landing and taking off F-18 Super Hornets. I mean, they're on the deck. They're doing the operations.
What was it like when that Super Hornet took off?
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, and you just filled with this patriotic vigor while you're standing there, right?
Well, and we get so much bad news, right? We're so inundated with tragedy TV and everything we see on the news about how bad the millennials are and the young people and the rioters and a lot of these Antifa bozos, or they look like a lot of them are younger people. You got to see young people that are defending you and I in an ocean every day, and these are brilliant young men and women too, right? Like they literally are brain surgeons and nuclear physicists, right?
They are, yeah. And the other thing that was really impressive to me. So we were on board, and story here. So we're about to leave, right? It's been 2 days on the ship. It's been an incredible experience, and I'd pay all kinds of money to stay for another couple hours. Well, I got my wish because we were on the plane ready to get catapulted off of this thing.
Okay.
And the plane breaks, right?
Oh.
So we look.
Not what you want to hear.
Yeah, right. So puff of smoke and hydraulic fluid starts pouring out of the engine, right? So we got another couple hours on the ship. Well, it showed me a couple of things.
Bob forgot to put the radiator cap on.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but these things, they must happen all the time,
Oh, sure.
right?
Yeah. I mean, complicated machines.
Yeah, sophisticated machinery. It happens all the time. It showed the adaptability and the flexibility of these folks to be able to figure out what to do, first of all, with a broken plane. You don't have much space up there. I mean, it's amazing the logistics logistics of just organizing these different planes around trying to figure out how to take them off, how to land them, where to position them. So you've got a broken plane, and then you've got 15 people that are just on this aircraft carrier, these distinguished visitors. Well, what do you do with them, right? They could have just stuck us in a room and said, you guys just wait there. We'll get it fixed. We'll get another plane in here. But they didn't. They let us go and see more of the ship and see some of the operations that we wouldn't have been able to see otherwise. One of the things that was striking to me, the senior enlisted officer on the ship, his name, Commander Master Chief Spike Call, incredible guy. He sat down and talked to us for a few minutes, and his philosophy on leadership was one of the most impressive I've ever heard in my entire life. Taking some of these men and women that have backgrounds that are some of the worst that you could think of, right? They come from backgrounds that are kind of scary. They're from areas they're from poverty. They come onto the ship. And they're coming to this ship to have a life, to find a career, to find some skills. And what they do is they teach these young men and women, the life skills that they need. They teach them skills that they can take back and become productive citizens when they come back here and have a meaningful and impactful life. And he shows them, hearing him talk about how he shows them through his actions a right way to do things, encourages them. He had love and compassion for these folks, and they were part of his team.
Awesome.
And it was just amazing to see that.
Awesome. Missouri State Representative Derek Grier. Derek, can you hang on the next segment? I'd like to ask you, we'll bring it back home. We'll wrap the show up and we'll talk about Missouri legislature. How's that?
You bet. Sounds great.
That's Missouri State Representative Derek Grier. Fascinating take on an aircraft carrier. Go Navy!
Go Navy, absolutely.
That's right. And
global force for good.
And we're going to have UC Bono and the boys. Next break, we're giving away those U2 tickets on The Tim Jones Show. FM News Talk 97.1.
The Tim Jones Show on FM News Talk 97.1.
Very topical.
National, international news.
Keeping you informed and up to date.
U.S. news, world news, everything.
Still considered my local news.
St. Louis is home of Fox News.
Get my news quickly, and it's much easier to get it
on the radio.
FM News Talk 97.1.
Earnings vary based on your effort. Message and data rates may apply.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses right here in St. Louis? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll learn our simple 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Than Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the St. Louis area who want to learn how to make money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. St. Louis is a perfect market for my system, and next week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where you will learn how to make money flipping homes and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Than's workshop, text INVEST to 99,000. Seating is extremely limited. Text in the next 10 minutes and you'll also reserve a free copy of Than's Money for Deals guide. Text INVEST to 99,000. That's INVEST to 99,000.
Hey guys, Glover here for my friends at Window World. So here's the deal. Let's just cipher this one out, shall we? If these guys were shady, if these guys were putting in inferior windows, they would be out of business in about a year because they offer a lifetime warranty and a lifetime guarantee. If anything on these windows break, whether it's manufacturing or labor or your kid throws a baseball through it, they come out, they replace everything. It doesn't cost you a dime. So you're smart people. You can figure this out. If they were putting in bad windows, they would spend all their time replacing them and none of their time selling new ones. But they don't, because the windows are great. They're built solid. They do this little gimmick where they stand on the window. So great replacement windows, lifetime warranty, lifetime guarantee, good housekeeping seal of approval. 314-993-1800 or windowworldstl.com for Window World.
Have your current tax issues been keeping you up at night? Hi, I'm Lance Drury, and I'd like to help you resolve your tax burden and finally have some peace of mind. Tax problems are legal problems. I'm a local tax resolution attorney with over 30 years of legal experience. I've helped hundreds resolve their issues with the IRS and Missouri Department of Revenue, and I can help you. We'll meet face-to-face right here at my office in St. Louis. Your first visit is free and confidential. We'll work together on a strategy to resolve your tax problems, and just like a white oak, I have deep roots in tax resolution law. I know your rights, I know the law, and I get results. So if you've been accused of tax evasion, tax fraud, facing IRS wage levies, bank levies, or tax liens, act now. Go to Lance, DRURYlaw.com, or call me, Lance Drury, 314-238-7360.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. TJ Williams from the Institute of Natural Health. I would like to invite you to tune in to our show Wellness 101 Sundays at 3 p.m. During this exciting hour, we will be diving into the health topics that you want to know about. We will be talking about your concerns and giving real-life examples of ways people can heal and the transformations we have seen with our clients. So tune in to Wellness 101 Sundays at 3, where we will cut through the nonsense to provide you common sense, science-based strategies for a healthy life. That's Wellness 101 Sundays at 3. And you can find us online at theinstituteofnaturalhealth.com.
These days, it's easy to have information overload. Sometimes I just want to kick back, hear my favorite music and the news that affects me. That's why I stay tuned into my local radio station. When important news happens in my part of town, I hear it from them first. For the best entertainment, sports, news, weather, and traffic, anytime, anywhere, I stay local. Support your local stations. Text RADIO to 52886. Furnished by the NAB and this station. Message and data rates may apply. Reply STOP to opt out.
Hey, St. Louis, it's Brian Kilmeade with a reminder to join me each weekday morning from 9 till noon as we cover the biggest and hottest news of the day. We even mix in some fun. Kilmeade and Friends weekdays at 9 a.m. on FM News Talk 97.1.
The Tim Jones Show. This is The Tim Jones Show. Call now, 314-969-9797 or 866-455-9797.
Terrorism. I think we should focus a lot on domestic terrorism also. So I would like to ask again, given all that you have said about how difficult it is and the privacy concerns, do you have any thoughts about what we can do to begin to deal with the KKK and the white nationalists, the extremists, the alt-right? They're on the internet. Brett Bart. If you look at the YouTube, you see how much they want to kill me and others. What can we do?
She never gets old, does she?
She's unhinged, and I love her.
That's Representative Maxine Waters there, Derek. Aren't you glad you don't say things like that?
Unbelievable. Wow. God, I'm shaking my head here.
She's the gift that keeps on giving, though. I hope she runs for president. Her and Hillary. Hillary's book tour, man. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad Hillary's going on a book tour.
I know.
The Democrats are like, oh, God, woman, would you please go away? You know?
And her list of people she's blaming for the loss is
Everyone.
never ending.
It's never ending. Bernie, and they're all getting pissed at her. Bernie's Bernie Sanders is like, whoa, wait a minute, whoa, those were my ideas. He's like the. He reminds me of like the one of the Muppets up in the balcony. Remember the old Muppets?
Oh, yeah.
You and I are from the same generation.
Yes.
Hey, are you a big U2 guy at all? You like U2?
Yeah, I like U2. Of course I like U2.
We're going to give away tickets here in just a second. We'll give tickets away. So I was telling you earlier, my fire chief and my police chief, God bless them. They're two of my best friends. I grew up with them. I've known them forever. They fight like my two daughters, though. So because I mentioned my fire chief, my police chief's been texting me now saying, hey, what about me? What about me? He's like, I'm raising money right now. We did knocker ball last night. They have Eureka Days, big knocker balls, you know. Mm-hmm. Police first fire. The police guys won. You need to mention that. 1-0. You know, we're raising money. So they're like my two daughters. You know, my police chief, Mike Wiegand, and my fire chief, Craig Brown. They're great guys. Hey, props to them. On a serious note, we had Eureka Days this weekend. Tens of thousands of people flooded into Eureka Friday, Saturday, and today. Hats off to the brave men and women of the Eureka Fire Protection District and the City of Eureka and the City of Eureka Police Department. They did a great job. They're always got a smile on their face, a song in their heart. They're always welcoming. Everything was awesome. The weather was great. Everybody was polite and orderly, no problems. And that's not fake news. That's real news. So thanks, and hats off. So I was just showing Derek this. I'm looking at the Weather Channel, and this hurricane, if you think just because it's gone down to a Category 2, 100 miles an hour, and it's not 185 anymore, it's still catastrophically massive. It is bigger. It's like its spread is like twice the size of the state of Florida.
Wow.
It extends end to end across the state, up and down. It's massive. So,
Unreal.
Man. You got any family or friends down there, Derek, down in Sunshine
fact,
State?
My mom and my dad were on the last flight out of Palm Beach.
Oh, praise God.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were all cheering as they
I
went down
bet.
the runway.
I bet. Talk about getting off an aircraft
yeah,
carrier.
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh man, holy cow, that's unbelievable. Hey, we're talking to Representative Derek Grier. Derek, I've been rolling. I can't believe we're in the last segment here. Tell the folks what area you represent for the great state of Missouri.
Half of Chesterfield and half of Baldwin.
Okay, so you've got Representative Bruce DeGroot's got the other half of Chesterfield.
That's right.
And you share Baldwin with a couple people, right?
I do. Yep.
Gene Evans, who I had on here.
I think Shamed has some
Shamed
of
Dogan,
it. Yep.
Representative Dogan. I'm sure we're missing a couple. So,
Mm-hmm.
And your first year, you're a wily veteran now. 1 year done.
I don't know about that. I don't feel like a veteran.
Can you believe you're hitting your first veto session? It's September.
No. Time flies.
Let's talk about that in a second. But first, the moment we all have been waiting for. We're going to give away some U2 tickets. 10th caller right now wins a pair of U2 tickets, courtesy of KFTK 97.1 and the Tim Jones Show. Call in now. The Joshua Tree Tour 2017 at the Dome on Saturday, September 16th with special guest Beck. It's 30th anniversary of the Joshua Tree Tour, of the Joshua Tree album. Saturday, September 16th, the Dome in America Center. Tickets are available at all Ticketmaster ticket centers and Ticketmaster.com, but you can call now and win a pair to the 10th caller. 3-1. I didn't have to say the number, Ken. They're already calling in.
Keep calling back. Keep calling back.
314-969-9797. 314-969-9797. You're going to see best band in the world, U2, Bono and the Boys.
Right.
10th caller, 314-969-9797. Hey, Derek, you know what I like about Bono? He's probably a kind of a center-left guy, social justice guy, but he doesn't like hammer it into your skull like some of these other clowns like who last week, who was
Green
it?
Day.
Jennifer Lawrence and Green Day. And
aren't you just tired?
I'm just tired of it.
Celebrities doing that?
Yeah, but Bono said, and there's quotes out there, folks. You can Google this, and he said this. It's not fake news. Bono said, "Hey, look, I've been blessed with traveling the world, seeing the world." He was very close with George W. Bush on the AIDS campaign. They went into
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
And Bono has said that capitalism. He has seen all sorts of economic models. Nothing is perfect, but Bono has said capitalism is the only economic system that allows every single person the opportunity to be lifted out of poverty. So that's why I love Bono and the Boys even better. So, hey,
amen.
And they have great music. I got amped up last night, Ken. I listened to the. I had taped the Paris. They went back to Paris after the bombing, the terrorist bombing last year, and they played that concert. Awesome concert. I watched that last night. So.
Oh, cool.
Got all jazzed up for that. Man, our phones are jammed.
I can't wait.
I'm going to talk to Pete here for a second, and then we'll get back to Representative Grier. Pete wants to comment on my Maxine, the great Representative Congresswoman Maxine Clark. Hey, Pete, welcome to the Tim Jones Show.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I just want to make a quick comment. You know, the same speech that the Democrats call for government, assistance is the same talking points that they use that they want to control the right with.
You're right. Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
It's a slippery slope, and I think they know it. And I think it just all comes down to control with Democrats, and I wish somebody would point it out, like a politician would point out the same hypocrisy. But that was just my comment.
No, Pete, thanks for pointing out. I can tell you a lot of the elected officials on the state and federal level listen to this show. I've got one of them sitting here right next to me, and your point is well taken. I thank you for listening, Pete. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Yeah, very astute callers. So, Representative Grier, you're going to have a veto session. This is your first one, right?
It is my first one participating.
And anything going to happen, do you think? Look in your crystal ball here. I don't know. So I served, let me just set this up. I served with Governor Blunt, who we really never had to override anything because we worked did things like talk to each other and work together. Then there was Representative Nixon, who, praise God, you will never have to serve under, and I did. And with him, you never knew what was going to get vetoed, what he was going to sign, what he was not. He was just the worst leader. His failure on Ferguson, which was all his fault, and I'm putting it squarely on him, shows his lack of leadership. But anyway, happy days are here again because you've got Governor Greitens. And I would imagine
days.
Governor Greitens, I heard, came to the caucus and talked to you guys, and you got to go talk to him, and you probably not maybe not a lot of disagreements left to override on.
Not a whole lot. I think the governor's doing a great job. Very few things that he vetoed. So I don't think from the veto standpoint we're going to have a whole lot to discuss. 3 things to look for, though, in the veto session. One is whether there's a special session called for House Committee Bill 3, which deals with senior service funding and protecting the vulnerable. And the important thing to remember there is the House, we passed 3 different solutions for that. 3 different solutions that we came up with. Unfortunately, the Senate did not pass any of those 3, so we're in the situation we are now. So we'll have to see if there's a special session that's called as part of the veto session. Second thing to look for, what happens with Senator Chappelle Nadal
That's right.
and Representative Warren Love.
Right.
The thing to keep in mind there is that there have been official complaints filed with the Ethics Commission. And so the Ethics Commission is taking that issue up. Probably the right place for that issue to be looked at and have a decision made there. And then what, if any, line item vetoes that the governor took out of the budget?
That's from the budget.
Right.
Okay.
So there were a few, small line items. Well, not all of them small, but there were a few line items that he vetoed. We'll have to see if leadership decides to tackle any of those.
Awesome. Hey, before we go on, I got 2 minutes left. The U2 tickets were won by Bobby Johnson of New Baden, Illinois. It's all East Side tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, there's good things in Illinois.
Absolutely.
Like our 2 winners tonight. The people are good, right, Ken? The speaker over there is a mess. Tom and Bobby won tonight on the East Side. Bobby Johnson from New Baden, Illinois. Thanks, Bobby, for listening. Thanks. Our phones are still jammed, folks. We gave them away. Sorry. I'll have some tickets for the Blues Music Festival next weekend again, so listen to that. So we got about, a minute left here, Ken? Derek, how can folks follow you on? I know you're on social media. You're one of these younger guys on social media. How can folks follow you or know what Representative Derek Grier's up to?
Well, they can look me up on Twitter. They can look me up on Facebook. I've got a Representative Derek Grier page on Facebook. I usually friend most people on my personal page too. So look me up there. Find me. Twitter, Instagram. I'm all over the place.
And you put out a nice little short, concise newsletter every so often that tells people what's going on in Jefferson City.
Yeah, Capitol Report. I sure do.
How can folks get on that list?
So send me your email, and you can send it to derek.grier@house.mo.gov, and I will add you to my list and get you regular updates about what we're doing in the Capitol.
Well, Derek, you were a fantastic guest. The aircraft carrier stuff was awesome. We're going to have you back.
Really
I always tell you the time goes too fast. It did tonight. I promise we'll have you back on a later show. Thank you to Andrew. Thank you to Ken Williams, executive producer extraordinaire. Thank you to all of you. This has been The Tim Jones Show. We're here live every Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. on FM News Talk 97.1. You can follow me throughout the week on other shows here at 97.1, 971talk.com. Allman is back in the morning, 5 to 10 a.m., 5 to 9 a.m. Listen to me on that show, and throughout the week on Glover, Cox, etc. FM News Talk 97.1. Have a great week, y'all. Be safe.
The Tim Jones Show on FM News Talk 97.1.
Summer's slowly coming to an end, and once